we're back to Kali Linux now, and we're going to take a look at another vulnerability scanner called OpenVAS. OpenVAS is actually a fork of Nessus. Several years ago, shortly after Nessus took their product that was originally open source and made it commercial, OpenVAS started up and took the original source code from Nessus and used that to create what became OpenVAS. This is something that you can install for Kali Linux. Based on the number of packages here, you can see that there's really a lot that goes into OpenVAS. So in order to get started, I have installed OpenVAS, and so the very first thing I need to do is do OpenVAS setup. Now, this is going to create some certificates and then walk through downloading a lot of files that it needs to get started, including the base signatures that it uses to determine whether there are vulnerabilities or not. It's going to go through this for a while. You can see that it's going to take a couple of minutes here just to download this file. And then there's some other work that it does. Once it has done that, it will go and do some database work. And eventually, it will create the admin user and it will generate a long passphrase for you that is alphanumeric. So it's not based in any sort of words, it's a series of characters. So it's truly random. So it's not the kind of thing that somebody's going to just randomly break into and guess the password. Once you have gotten through the setup here and all of the database work and all of the files that need to be downloaded have been downloaded, then we can start the services. So OpenVAS start will start all of the necessary services that OpenVAS uses. There are some underlying services, including the OpenVAS manager, as well as there's a scan daemon as well. This is similar to the engine that we were looking at with Nexpose. There are some underlying services with OpenVAS that are necessary to be installed. Once we have done all of that, we can connect to the OpenVAS web interface. Just like Nessus and Nexpose, there is a web interface, which is how we get into doing scans using OpenVAS. Now, previously, there was a native client that you could use, but they have moved off to just using a web interface. Makes it easier to get access to. They don't have to worry about spending development time on this client. They just create the web interface. Everybody's got a browser of some sort or another. Once you have gotten OpenVAS installed, you run OpenVAS setup, just as we are doing here, and all of the configuration work gets done for you. And then once everything is done, you make sure that the services are started, and you can do that by just typing OpenVAS start. And once that is done, then we can get into the web interface and we can start running scans.